Heyo, I'm Will, and today I will be drawing other people's characters over on Artfight. If you don't know what Artfight is, it's basically a website where you can upload your characters, see other people's characters, join a team, and during the month of July, you can fight each other to the death. I mean, you can draw each other's characters so that the team whose aesthetic you like better wins. And also fight to the death. I'm joking. Partially. This is mainly week 2 of Artfight. If you want to see what I drew in week 1, you can check out my other video after this one you hear. I'll even link it on the end screen, I promise. Anyways. The next victim is Evangeline by Elodeas, an artist who I've been following for many years because their art style is so pretty. And for once, this is a normal attack because they are on the opposite team. Spoilers, this attack got me more points than all 3 previous friendly fire attacks combined, while also being the one I spent the least time on. This one was only 2 hours, I think. But yeah, I drew her holding a pair of scissors in front of her face so that one of the blades would be right in front of her eye. I wanted to go for a more simple pose with this one since my last 3 drawings in the other video were all very high effort. I used a bit thicker line art for her as well, which I sometimes feel like looks clunkier, but in this case I really like how it turned out. It looks very clean and intentional, especially in her face. Meanwhile, I got some more attacks. Aussie Bossy 1 made the super cool dough drawing. I love it so much. Tiegi found Iron drew Aster with their own OC, and they are definitely both angry. And then Orvan drew their OC Ezekiel ship with Doe, and oh my god, I love them so much. I was so happy when I saw this, because I have 2 OCs, Doe and Deas, who I love to see interact / be shipped with other people's characters. And like, this is so cute, and their art is so good. And of course it's friendly fire, like come on. This would have deserved so many more points. Back to the regularly scheduled babbling about my art. I really enjoyed shading her hair, like, why is red such a fun color to shade? And also it looks so satisfying together with the latexy texture of the black clothing, since I gave that a purple tint as well. We love color theory, man. I added a shine to the scissors right over her eye, added some rim light, and then made everything darker with the heart light layer for a more mysterious look. This one turned out really nice for the fact that I spent less time on it. She looks really cool. SALTEHH is actually an artist who I know personally. They attacked me last year, but I didn't have time or energy to attack them back. So this is sort of revenge for last year, even though it won't count as a revenge. I feel like I keep saying that I had a pose in mind for every character, but to be honest, that's the deciding factor on whose characters I will work on next. I look through my bookmarks and think about what I could do with that character, and once I have that spark of an idea, it's over for them. For SALTEHH, their Sona has big gremlin vibes, and like all artists, they have a love-hate relationship with art, so I drew them looking like they just realized they did all the line art on the background layer, with their face smushed against the drawing tablet. I actually really love the line art for this one, especially the eyes, they look so shaped. I also received some more tags, so let's take a look. Kelly the Prince drew Doe, and baby_nap drew mine and Leo's cat Sonas, which are very wholesome. And then JC the Cheese Lord drew Raptor, and I really love the colors on this one. Thank you guys so much. As for the colors on my artwork for SALTEHH, I have to admit that shading green skin is a bit odd for me, but I do like how it turned out. Honestly, I've been really enjoying drawing other people's characters again, so I've thought about opening my commissions after 2 years? It won't happen right away, but if you guys are interested and don't want to miss when I open them, I will announce them over my Discord server. If you don't want to interact with people there, you don't have to. You can just join, pick the commission tag role, and ignore everything else. I will also likely announce my commission openings on my other socials, but Discord is the most reliable way to make sure you hear about it without any weird algorithms. And Patreon, of course. I will very likely handle these commissions over VGen or make my own Google form. We will see. Just know that the prices on VGen might be outdated right now. I will very likely be raising them. I added an overlay of the Clip Studio interface onto the tablet screen, so it looks like they were actually working on something. Maybe you guys noticed this already, but I tend to color in parts of my line art, usually with dark blue or red/pink. I think that gives the artwork some vibrancy and can look a bit like rim light in some places. Then I put a hard light layer over everything, added some actual rim light, and as more of an afterthought than anything else, I added a desk with a screen in the background. Next up is the attack for Vito art, which happens to be a revenge for the artwork I showed in the first part. I picked her character Vito D'Ambrosio, who lived in the early 20th century and is a fancy nobleman. I wanted to draw him looking imposing without really doing much, so I picked a straight-on symmetrical pose. I also thought it would be cool for him to be in a picture frame like it's an old portrait painting, but also have him popping out of the frame. It kinda looks like his hands are resting on the frame too. In the meantime, I got more attacks. First off, Lucky Sassy did a revenge and it's so good. I love this one so much, it captures Darcy's whole vibe so well. They look so scrunkly. And then the non-existent Drew Astor, who also looks super scrunkly. I love it. Thank you guys so much. For the colors, I wanted to go with the normal white tie look for the outfit at first, but that would have been only black and white and I felt this needed a bit more spice, so I made his tie and vest green because we love colors. Not green in particular, at least for me, but it does fit with the character though. For the shading, I started off with his face, making sure to make it look like it has depth. I noticed I always tend to go for the face first when shading, or skin colors in general, but I guess it's like my baseline for how everything else gets shaded later. I added a stripy pattern to the green parts of his strip and made sure to make the suit lapels look nice and shiny. Then I tried to make the picture frame look like an actual old frame, which I think worked pretty well. Since the very beginning, I wanted to add a light from above so it would result in a cool rim light on the shoulders, head and the frame, so that's exactly what I did. So for this next one, I'm actually taking two people. Ninalemonz and Mikashiyaa. Nina I know personally, and I've been wanting to draw one of her cowgirls for ages, and I think I found Mikashiyaa through Nina, because I definitely know that they drew MooMoo for Nina, who I'm also drawing today. Mikashiyaa has a cowgirl who I bookmarked as well, so I thought, why not draw them together? I gave them this cutesy pose where they have their hands together and their tails intertwined, so it gives you this heart shape. Honestly, the entire time I was working on this, I kept thinking about how different this attack will be from all my other attacks. Like, everything I drew previously was either cool, mysterious, or edgy, and then this is just the definition of girly pop. Also, it's so funny because this is very likely going to be my highest point attack. Unless I do another attack with multiple characters, I guess. Speaking of points though, I know I complained a lot about friendly fire, but I actually had an interesting idea on how the point system could be changed. I think I might make a separate video on what improvements could be made to Artfile as a whole. So if you guys have any suggestions for that video, let me know. I also got two more attacks, both by Tiegi Found Iron again. They drew Aster and Darcy, and then my characters Deus, Darcy and Aster as dogs, which is honestly pretty accurate. Unrelated to their attack, but I did decide to put Darcy on quote-unquote cooldown because they had gotten a lot of attacks while some of my other characters haven't really been drawn this year. I basically just changed their profile picture and added a line in their bio that people should prefer other characters over Darcy right now. And then I also added a couple stars in front of Deus' name because I really want more Deus art. He is so dumb, I love him. Anyways, I don't think I have that much more to say about these two girls. They're cute as hell, and this one goes out to the women enjoyers. I didn't end up making a lot of attacks in week 3 because I was visiting friends and also editing the first part of this video, so it would still come out in July, but any attacks that weren't featured in this video might appear as drawing footage in future videos. But if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and or also watching part 1 right here if you haven't already. Or you can watch this video where I draw your OCs but scrunkly. Thank you so much for watching, special thanks to my Patreons. Will out.